Hello students, this is Adarsh and let's continue the explanation of the chapter, that is materials in daily life, synthetic fiber and plastics. So in previous videos we have already studied synthetic fibers. So now let's study about plastics. Okay, so as you know students, that plastic is also a polymer like the synthetic fiber. Okay, so as synthetic fiber is actually a polymer that were made up of monomers, so in the same way plastic is also a polymer. Okay, and all the plastics do not have the same type of arrangement of units. Okay, or in other words, all the plastics do not have the same type of arrangement of monomers. Okay, now in some it is linear, as you can see here in figure A, whereas in other it is cross-linked. Okay, now plastic articles are available in all possible shapes and sizes. And students, if you realize, there are many things or many articles in our home also that we use that are made up of plastics. Okay, now the fact is that plastic is easily moldable. Okay, it is easily molded, that is it can be shaped in any form, and plastic can be recycled, reused, colored, melted, rolled into sheets or made into wires. So that is the reason why it finds such a variety of uses. So here, as you can see, some of the articles or some of the things that are made up of plastics or plastic. Okay, now next let's study about the types of plastic. Okay, on the basis of their reaction to heat. Okay, so first let's study about thermoplastics. Okay, so what is the first type of plastic on the basis of the reaction to heat? That is thermoplastics. Okay, so what is thermoplastic? Student, you should know, it is a plastic that softens when it is heated and it becomes firm again when it cools down. Okay, so this type of plastic is known as thermoplastic. Let's try to understand it with example. For example, when we add a very hot water to a plastic bottle, then what happens, students? It get deformed, or its shape changes. Okay, but later on, as it cools down, it becomes firm again. Okay, so this is example of thermoplastic. Okay, now the two best examples of thermoplastic can be polythene and PVC. Okay, so polythene and PVC are some of the examples of thermoplastics. Now the next type of plastics or the next type of plastic on the basis of the reaction to heat is thermosetting plastic. Okay, so what is thermosetting plastic? It is a plastic that molded once cannot be softened on heating. Okay, so these type of plastics are known as thermosetting plastic. Okay, and actually they decompose when they are reheated. Okay, so on the other hand, as you can see, there are some plastic which when molded once they cannot be softened by heating. So these type of plastic are known as thermosetting plastic. Now examples can be Bakelite or Melamine. So these two are the example of thermosetting plastic. Now let's study a few points about Bakelite. Okay, so what is Bakelite? Let's study about it. Okay, as I told you that Bakelite is again a thermosetting plastic. Okay, and it is a poor or bad conductor of heat and electricity, and it is used for making electrical switches, handles of various utensils, that we generally use in our kitchen. Okay. Now the next example or the next type of plastic is melamine. Okay, melamine is again a thermosetting plastic. Okay, and it is a versatile material and it resists fire and can tolerate heat better than other plastics, and it is used for making floor tiles, kitchenware and fabrics which resist fire. Now the next heading is plastics as materials of choice, or why plastics are so much preferred to make different articles. Now let's study few points in that. Now plastics being lighter, they are being lighter as compared to metals, and plastics are used in cars, aircrafts and spacecrafts too, and the list is endless if we start counting the things or the articles like slippers, furniture and decoration pieces and etc. Now one of the reason that why plastic is preferred, or as a material it is preferred, why? Because plastics or plastic is non-reactive, or plastics are non-reactive. Okay, now metals like iron get rusted when left exposed to moisture and air, but plastics do not react with air and water, so they are not corroded easily. That is why they are used to store various kinds of material, including many chemicals. Now the other point is that we have studied also that plastic is light, strong and durable. Now since plastic is very light, strong, durable and can be molded into different shapes and sizes, so it is used for various purposes. Plastics are generally cheaper than metals and they are widely used in industry and for household articles. Now the other point that why plastic is preferred to make different article is that plastics are poor conductors. Okay, they are poor conductor of heat and electricity. That is why electric wires have plastic covering and handles of screwdrivers are made of plastic. As mentioned above, handles of frying pans are also made of plastic that we use in our kitchen. Now the next topic comes is plastics and the environment. Okay, so let's try to understand what is biodegradable substance and what is non-biodegradable substance. Now a material or a substance which gets decomposed through the natural process, such as by the action of microorganisms, so those types of material or substance are called as biodegradable. Whereas the material or substance which is not easily decomposed by natural processes, they are termed as non-biodegradable, and plastics are non-biodegradable substance or non-biodegradable material. So here is a chart in which you can see different types of waste and then their approximate time taken to degenerate and what is their nature or the nature of material. Let's take example of paper. Now paper takes approximately 10 to 30 days to degenerate and it is biodegradable. Now if we talk about cotton cloth, then cotton cloth takes around 2 to 5 months to degenerate, and it is also biodegradable. But if you talk about plastic bags, now plastic bags take several years to degenerate, and it is a kind of non-biodegradable substance. Now, since plastic takes several years to decompose, it is not environmental friendly. It causes environmental pollution. Besides, the burning process in the synthetic material is quite slow, and it does not get completely burnt easily. But in this process, it releases a lots of harmful and poisonous gases or poisonous fumes into the atmosphere that causes air pollution. So we should avoid the use of plastics as far as possible and make use of bags that are made up of cotton or jute when we go for shopping. The biodegradable and non-biodegradable wastes should be collected separately and disposed of separately. It is better to recycle the plastic waste. Most of the thermoplastics can be recycled. And we can also make a list of items that can be recycled. Okay? We can make a list of several thermoplastics that we can recycle. So, as a responsible citizen of our country, we should remember the 4R principle, that is reduce, reuse, recycle, and recover. So, let's develop these habits which are environmental friendly. So, thank you for watching.